So yes, my name is Sammy. I live in Brisbane, Australia, and I'm very thankful to be asked here today by the wonderful King E. So today I've been asked to talk about embracing your voice as a voice talent. This is a journey I've been discovering for about the past 4 years, and I hope that some of my stories and discoveries help you all embrace yours. So, for me, I used to be picked on for my voice a lot. Uh, Now, saying that, nothing has really changed. I still have people laugh at me. People hang up on me on the phone. People say hurtful comments to me. But now I have an armor because I get to be a part of a community and an industry where my voice is accepted and it brings happiness. So I was actually 34 years old at the time when I decided that I was going to stop talking. So I had had enough. I worked in a place where I was meeting new people on a daily basis, and I was always being asked, is that your real voice? Or you sound like a cartoon character, or oh gosh, I thought there was a child in there. And none of these comments were said in malice. I don't believe anyone had any bad intent behind them. But what hurt the most was when adults would laugh and whisper. And as far as I knew, I was a grown up now. And honestly, to be laughed at as an adult by another adult, it was something that that really hurt. And I found that hello everyone. I found that it brought me into a great depression. So as a kid, I was always performing, and I knew that I was destined to be a performer. It was in me, telling stories and writing shows. I would even say, oh, one day Disney will have a character for me, or one day I'll be a cartoon character. But knowing how to get there was not something that I knew how to do. I started off in the dance industry. And so in the dance industry, we still had to learn singing and acting. But nowhere had I heard in Brisbane, where I live, how to get into the voice industry. It was kind of like a secret society that it was there, but nobody really knew how to get into it. So even though when I thought about voice, I thought about people on radio and commercials and people that sounded smooth and quite alluring voices, not this. So I didn't even really know who to talk to about getting into the voiceover industry because I wasn't sure I was going to be accepted into it because I didn't sound like anyone else in Australia that I knew. So when a workshop came to Australia from Sydney, so it came up to Brisbane, it was about 4 years ago, and my husband said to me, either you book that in or I'm going to book it in for you. It was a lot of money, and I felt a lot of fear about putting myself into another situation where I might not fit and having all of that money wasted on me. It actually turned out to be the best thing that's ever happened to me in regards to finding direction in my life. I met a wonderful lady who I believe a lot of you already know. Her name is Teresa Lim. And she's actually an angel on this earth. She took me under her wing and helped me embrace my sound and introduce me to people who my sound suited. So more the character acting and the animation and things like that. One thing that's been pointed out to me recently is there's been research done that someone's voice is as unique as a fingerprint. So, there is no one else in this world that can do you. And that's really exciting that you can't compare. There's room for everyone. And it's a wonderful industry to be a part of. So once you realize that your sound is so unique as a fingerprint, there is room for everyone. There is no need for competition and fighting. It's all, there's room for all of us because there's so many genres and audiences in this industry. For instance, commercial, e-learning, narration, animation, audiobooks, and each of these genres has their own market. So from the very young to the very old. So, again, there is opportunity for all different sounds. So what I would say for people who are trying to embrace their voice and their sound coming into the voiceover industry is, I would say you need to stretch your muscle. Now, what I mean by stretching your muscle is learn about your tool. Your tool is your voice and your sound. So by learning about it, you can use it in so many different ways. So for instance, there's singing training. Now, you don't have to be a singer to get singing training. However, what it does is it teaches you your head voice from your chest voice. It teaches you about all the different cavities inside your mouth and the different sounds that you can make from just different tongue placement to the shape of your lips, to if the sound's coming from the front or the back or from the nose. Like, there's so many different places in your face that if you're using it, you can change the sound. And so with character acting, you might have a certain sound, but then you think, I'm going to go up a bit into my head voice, and that goes into a different character. And then I'm going to go down a bit lower. And then I might have a bit of a lisp. And then I might have a blocked nose. So, all different little things that you can learn from singing training about all the things in your face, all the areas in your mouth, your lips, your tongue. You can make a world of characters just from playing with that. Another thing with singing training that is really important is breath control. Now, a lot of people might go, oh gosh, yes, I already know how to breathe, Sammy. That is very silly. Well, when we're breathing in voice acting, it's coming from our stomach and dropping our diaphragm. So we're feeling our stomach. And that's not something that we naturally do. We naturally take it from our chest and our lungs. So getting that muscle memory of practicing lowering the diaphragm, taking the air into the stomach that you've learned from singing training, it actually will enhance your performance. Something else that I would say to help embrace your voice would be acting training. We all know that going behind the mic, so much more is happening than just reading. We're not just reading. We are doing so much more. So learning how to break down a script from acting classes. So who is your audience? Where are you? What has just happened before you've started talking? Why are you saying what you're saying? These are the things that are going to take your performance from just speaking to, wow, telling a story. Another thing would be improv classes. So with character work, improv can really help develop a character. So you're learning to think on your toes. But with improv, you must listen. You must listen to what's being said to you. So again, it's a skill. Learn different accents. Learn everything. Do as many classes as you can, because every genre in the voice world is a different art form in itself. It is not the same. So learn it all, practice it all, and get comfortable hearing yourself. Get proud of hearing your voice. So look, I'm going to finish off by saying, know your voice, love your voice, and use your standout traits. Now, what I mean by this is, by knowing my voice, I know that I sound like a childlike cartoon character sound. By loving my voice, I know what I am capable of, and I'm really confident in my abilities. And by using my standout qualities, this is how I market myself to work in areas that suit me the best. So I hope that you all embrace your unique, amazing talents and find your difference, and know that your special gift, your difference, is what is your superpower, and that there is room for all of our voices in this beautiful industry. And I would like to say thank you so much, Voiceover Conference, for having me, and I feel incredibly blessed for being here. Thank you.
The Voiceover Conference is Africa's pioneer voiceover conference and the largest gathering of voiceover talents and creative entrepreneurs. Powered by Voiceover Workshop and Media.